Few athletes in modern professional sports are as universally recognized, for better and for worse, as LeBron James. From his heralded arrival in the NBA in 2003 through multiple championships, record-setting performances, and a global brand presence, LeBron has often been described as the face of the NBA. Wikipedia +1. Yet behind the composure, the pre-game chalk tosses, the orchestrated press conferences, and the highlight reel finishes, there have been moments when LeBron lost control. Moments where his frustration, anger, tension, or simply raw emotion spilled out for all to see. The video from Dime charts 20 such episodes, culminating in some of his most visible and dramatic outbursts. What's interesting is not just that these episodes happened, but how they happened, what triggered them, what they reveal about his mindset, and how they fit into the larger arc of his career. In what follows, I summarize the video's content, then embed commentary to unpack the patterns, the triggers, and the lessons we might glean from them. If you're interested in a raw chronology of each incident, this summary will provide that. But what matters most is exploring why LeBron lost control when he did. Here are key sections of the video's narrative, organized thematically and in roughly chronological order. For each, I provide a descriptive recap and then a brief analysis. Number 1. On-court clashes with opponents. The video opens by reminding us that even a player of LeBron's stature can get provoked on the court. One early example, his altercation with Aaron Gordon. It shows Gordon and LeBron getting into it, the officials intervening, LeBron reacting unusually. Another highlight, the repeated antagonism by Lance Stephenson during the 2014 playoffs, who reportedly blew into LeBron's ear, made faces, got up in his chest, provoking a reaction. The video uses this to show how persistent provocation can crack even the steadiest star. Analysis. These moments are reminders that performance pressure, playoff intensity, and sustained harassment can contribute to a star losing composure. For someone like LeBron, who is accustomed to being in control, repeated pests or cheap shots may wear him down, triggering an emotional release. Number 2. Frustration with officials and game management. A recurring theme in the video, LeBron's fury when he feels the referees or coaches mismanage the game, ignore calls, or fail to challenge effectively. A cited moment when Coach Darvin Ham didn't challenge a call that LeBron believed was crucial. It was tucked. LeBron is shown screaming at his bench in frustration. Another example, a critical toes-on-the-line review that nullified a game-tying three-point shot. The video captures LeBron yelling, "Look, that looks like a three. That looks like a three." The sense of injustice and helplessness is palpable. Analysis. For a competitor who stakes so much on winning, situations where the flow is out of his hands, missed replays, questionable officiating, non-calls feed into his loss of control. It's not simply losing, it's the feeling of being powerless to rectify something he believes he should be able to influence. Number 3. Emotional reactions to mistakes, his or team's. The video also shows how LeBron reacts when he or his team make glaring mistakes. A striking moment during the 2018 finals with the Cleveland Cavaliers versus Golden State Warriors, when teammate J.R. Smith's blunder prevented a late-game win. LeBron, on the bench steaming, punched a whiteboard so hard his hand was injured. The video explains it as one of the most extreme acts of losing control. Analysis. What stands out here is the connection between high expectations plus pivotal moments plus frustration equals emotional breakdown. LeBron had given 51 points that night. The game was critical. His team blew it. The result, a symbolic violent act. That helps illustrate that for him, control is more than composure. It's a psychological state he expects to maintain. When that fails, the reaction can be explosive. Number 4. Ejections and official firsts. According to the video, LeBron's first career ejection came after he crossed a line with officials. Bumping a referee, arguing too far, getting a technical, then leaving the floor. The clip cited LeBron changing gears, bumping and missing, arguing, "Is foul," then he's ejected. Analysis. For a player whose career has been defined by dominance and professionalism, an ejection is rare and symbolic. The fact that it's the first of his career marks a moment where the internal pressure overwhelms his external discipline. It also shows how protective he is of performance and reputation. When something distracts or provokes, the reaction may be drastic. Number 5. Family and external pressure. Another theme, how LeBron's external world, family, media, legacy ties into his loss of control. The video references incidents where fans or opponents targeted his family, and LeBron responded. One example, in 2021, during OT versus the Indiana Pacers, a fan in the stands said something directed at LeBron's family. He pointed them out, demanded the officials act, and then later hit a silencer. Celebration, though he was fined $15K. Also, LeBron's reaction to comments by Stephen A. Smith about his son, Bronny James. The video recounts how LeBron confronted Stephen A. courtside, took it as personal, and lost composure. Analysis. For LeBron, basketball is never just basketball. His legacy, his family, his role as father, husband, mentor factor in heavily. When provocations enter that territory, the emotional stakes become even higher. He cannot compartmentalize as easily. The line between athlete and man blurs. So when his control snaps, it's not just competitive, it's personal. Number 6. Injury, fatigue, and near catastrophe. The video doesn't just cover on-court tirades, it highlights extreme moments of fear and loss of control beyond the game. One standout, a recounting of a team plane trip in 2005. LeBron and his teammates flew from Detroit to Houston when the engine caught fire mid-air. The video dramatizes that every person on board thought they were going to die. Stewardess broke ankle, lights flickered, smoke in galley. LeBron reportedly surrendered to the moment, saying, "Once it's out of your control, there's nothing you can do." Analysis. This moment of real-world trauma links to the theme of control in a deeper way. LeBron, who thrives on being in command of pace, space, shot selection, faced a situation where he could not influence outcomes at all. That experience marks a distinct kind of loss of control, not anger, but surrender, fear, existential vulnerability. It offers a potent counterpoint. In the darkest of moments, the loss of control is universal. Number 7. Legacy-defining outbursts. One of the most compelling threads in the video, the notion that some of LeBron's greatest out-of-control moments came at the heights of his career. Not the failures, but the triumphs. For instance, Game 6 of the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals versus the Boston Celtics. LeBron had not yet won a championship. His team was down 3-2. The video recounts how he described his performance as out of body, how each shot felt perfect, and how it seemed almost spiritual. He was in control at first, but the nature of the moment required him to surrender control to reach that zone. Analysis. This reveals a paradox. Losing control isn't always about meltdown. Sometimes it's about transcendence. When LeBron let go, he touched greatness. The video uses this to show that control and losing it exist on a continuum. For someone who fears loss of control, surrendering it temporarily became a gateway to his best self. Number 8. Teammate conflict and high expectations. The video also covers internal team conflict. For example, during LeBron's Miami Heat era, teammate Mario Chalmers confronted him. "You're the best player out here. Stop being, go play." LeBron took offense, stirred, dominated in response. The implication: when expectations are highest, from self and others, the margin for error shrinks, and frustration mounts. Analysis. Being the best player in the league comes with exceptional burdens. The video shows that LeBron's loss of control sometimes stemmed from the self-expectation of perfection or dominance. When teammates or coaches questioned his role or focus, his reaction was not calm contemplation, but visceral fire. That speaks to a mindset of intolerant performance anxiety. Number 9. The hairpiece and lighter moments. Amidst the serious moments, the video also highlights lighter-toned incidents. For example, LeBron's hairpiece famously slipping during a game, or him walking into a 2018 game with a glass of red wine in the stands while injured, which the video describes as "bro forgot he was a professional NBA player." Analysis. These moments serve two purposes. 1. They humanize LeBron. Even the GOAT can have imperfections. Wardrobe malfunctions, odd entrances. 2. They act as pressure relief points in the narrative, reminding us that losing control isn't always a textbook meltdown. Sometimes it's simply a weird, out-of-sync moment. They form the comedic relief in the larger drama. Number 10. Final reflection, control, legacy, and humanity. As the video wraps, it reflects on how the chosen one's career, built on control, dominance, brand, legacy, also contained multiple moments of losing that very control. Whether through anger, fear, frustration, or transcendence, LeBron's journey is marked by the interplay of mastery and vulnerability. The plain incident story frames the ultimate theme: no matter how great you are, not everything is under your control. And perhaps real greatness lies in what you do after control is lost. Analysis is a key takeaway. LeBron's career is often portrayed through statistics and rings, but these moments of losing control give insight into his character. His reaction to loss, injustice, fear, and challenge tell us more about him as a human being than his highlights. In that sense, the video offers more than anecdotes. It offers a mirror into the complexity of elite performance, the fragility behind the facade. Control is both asset and liability. For LeBron, control is a central tool, controlling pace, his body, expectations, the narrative. In many cases, his dominance stems from that ability. But when a player becomes defined by control, losing it becomes incredibly costly. The video illustrates that the higher you ascend, the more precarious your sense of control becomes. A missed call, a teammate miscue, a provocation that reaches your family, each becomes a potential trigger. The fixed mindset of "I must maintain control" can lead to brittle responses when control slips. Emotion doesn't equal weakness, but unchecked emotion can undermine. One thread through the video, LeBron's emotional responses are real, raw, and public. These aren't calculated marketing moments, they're visceral. Yet, sometimes emotion helps him. Game 6, 2012. Sometimes it hurts him. Ejection, injury after whiteboard punch. The lesson: emotion is not the enemy. The enemy is when emotion becomes uncontrollable or misdirected. Knowing when to channel emotion, when to surrender it, and when to check it is what separates good from great. External triggers matter, but internal triggers matter more. Many of LeBron's outbursts are triggered externally. A ref's call, a subtle taunt, a comment about his son. But the more significant triggers are internal. The expectation of winning, the perfectionism, his role as leader/father/icon. The most damaging moments came when internal pressure aligned with external provocation. For those striving at high levels, understanding your internal trigger points, fear of failure, legacy worry, role confusion, is often more useful than focusing solely on external triggers. D. Peak performance often requires surrendering control. The paradoxical notion in the video: some of LeBron's most transcendent moments came when he lost traditional control. In Game 6, 2012, he described the feeling as out of body. In the plane incident, all control was gone. When mastery meets surrender, something different happens. For performers, this suggests that peak output sometimes comes not from rigid control, but from embracing flow, risk, vulnerability, accepting unknowns, letting go of micromanagement. Trusting process can unlock new levels. Vulnerability doesn't mean failure. Finally, Losing control is not equivalent to failure. Many of the moments in the video show LeBron in dramatic conflict, and yet his career remains one of the greatest. The ability to rebound from loss of control, to learn, to integrate the experience, is what matters. The narrative isn't LeBron lost control and collapsed. It's LeBron lost control, learned something, refocused, and continued. For anyone high-performing, the lesson is, you may lose control. That's not fatal, but your response matters. Conclusion: the video when LeBron James loses control supplies more than just highlight clips of temper tantrums and heated confrontations. It offers a lens into the psyche of one of the greatest athletes of all time, a man who built his career on control, yet whose legacy also includes dramatic lapses, raw emotion, and moments of surrender. By examining these 20 moments, and I've summarized the core ones here, we see that losing control doesn't necessarily diminish greatness. Sometimes it is greatness in another form. We also see that control, while valuable, is fragile, that emotion is potent if guided, that the bigger the platform, the more vulnerable the person behind it, and that peaks are often preceded by chaos. If you like, I can pull out all 20 specific incidents from the video, provide timestamps, approximate, and map each one to a trigger type: team error, officiating, family, personal failure, external taunt, plus lesson learned. Would you like me to do that?